wrote it so that I'd make sure that it got shared. And, talk about her being funny. Well, and I'll say that in her last days, we laughed together. She would laugh about the fact that she couldn't remember anything anymore. And, she would start a sentence, and then she couldn't finish it, and she'd just laugh.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
She couldn't remember, so, that's one of the things that her and I laughed about together. Yeah, she would remember things about 10 minutes later, and then she out with it, out with it, and wow, that's great, she remembers. But, up until the last few weeks of reading this, my Aunt Bess and I never really experienced any type of deep or meaningful relationship. She was my mother's sister, and when we were around, her interaction was always reserved for the two of them. I do remember a time when her and Pete came out to my house, or out to a house that my husband and I were looking at. She was a realtor, her and her husband both were realtors. They went over that house with fine-tooth comb. Hers just not to buy it. So, they spilled out all the information that the realtor would so that was pretty cool. It was handy. It was really handy to have around. And another time, my husband and my two oldest kids stopped by our house in Arlington for a visit just before baseball game, because they lived there in Arlington right by the stadium. And this must have been the last game where Nolan Ryan pitched a no-hitter, and I didn't even know what a no-hitter was. I knew it was something pretty special after it happened, so we were there. And anyway, while we were there at her house, she took Steven, my son Steven, right over there. He was only about 3, and she took his shorts and she cut out a pattern and she whipped him up a pair of shorts, a new pair of shorts. They were red and white stripe, and I have lots of pictures of him wearing those when he wore them all the time. And they were really nice shorts. She was a good sister. When I say whipped up, it took about 5 minutes to make it. But the last few weeks of Aunt Bess was especially meaningful. My mom has been recovering from her broken hip, and so that was making it my job to go and sit with Bess and keep vigil with her while she was in the hospital. And during that time, we got to know each other better and spent some meaningful time together. On the first day, while Bess was in the emergency room, Mother was spending her last hours as a patient in that same hospital. We went down and sat with Bess while she was in the ER. She was lying there sleeping, and she was breathing real hard. Mother was afraid she wasn't going to make it through the night. So after Mother went back to her room, I came back down and sat with Bess to pray for her. I told Mother I was going to go down and pray for her, and I did, right there at her bedside. And at that time, I asked the nurse if he thought that Bess was going to die. And he said, no, he didn't think so. She didn't sound like she was dying. So they admitted her, and I went to the hospital every day and sat with her. And during that time, Bess started to come to a little, and even though she was still dozing off and on, she was sleeping a lot, but she was still eating, she was still drinking, and she was still talking. She began to relax and feel better, and she was smiling and joking and laughing, and with me and her caretakers, she was kind to them and kind to me, and giving them thanks for all that they were doing for her. We ate, we talked, we had coffee together, we watched CNN, football games, baseball games on TV, and we just laughed and had a good time together. And these were the last good days, and I was privileged to be able to spend them with her. But one thing I do know about Aunt Bess is that although that she came from a God-fearing family with a solid Christian heritage, She never really regarded herself as that way. But she actually professed herself to be agnostic. She didn't care to discuss things of the Lord. But she left the hospital. Before she left the hospital, I spoke to her. I talked to her about the wonderful mercies of God. And I told her about how merciful God is, how He's been good to me. And I asked her straight out if she would like to accept God's mercy and salvation for herself. And in reply, she nodded her head. And with a tear running down her face, she whispered yes. And so now I believe that she is, as strongly as I do in my own salvation, that she's with God in heaven receiving God's mercy.
I believe that